Hey guys, I'm Michael Hoyer with Watertown Brewing Company here at Michael Brews. And today, on this episode, we're gonna take the time to show you how I add coffee to a beer. So this is Kampeska cold press. It's our standard coffee stout that we do every year. We partner with a local coffee place. Shout out to Gather right across the street. This year I'm gonna use their Thailand fetch a bun. I don't know. It's hard to pronounce for me. But anyway, guys, it's pretty simple to add coffee. So we've gone through full fermentation. We have a 5-barrel system. We operate under the principle we can always add more later. We don't want to go too much. And basically this year, it kind of depends how you do it. I often as a home brewer would just take coffee, put it on the coarsest grind that my burr mill could do, because I have a coffee mill, or not coffee mill, but a flour mill attachment for my KitchenAid. They're cool. Maybe I'll throw a link down in the bottom here. But I always use that for home brewing and stuff, and that worked great. But that's actually coarser than what they all grind for you in a coffee shop. So I had them put it on the coarsest one they could, and that's what we went with today. So I'm popping off this. Made sure that my pressure wasn't crazy in the tank or something. Adjusted a yeast reading before too, so that's part of it. All right, so we got our finished beer there. And then what I did, guys, I'm trying to get a hold of this without losing that string. Okay, perfect. Okay, so this is a brew in a bag. Just your standard one you'd get from Northern Brewer. Everything that's in this has been boiled. You always just want to be careful because we are touching everything in secondary, so it's already fermented. So anything that's going to touch our wort now, we have to be kind of conscious of. Otherwise, we risk infection at the very last minute, and that would be absolutely terrible. Worst thing that could happen. So I'm setting this up so that we have some openness with it. This will stick a little bit, that's fine. That little bit of openness. Here, and I'll grab you real quick so you can see. That's how I kind of set it up. So it's spaghetti's around it. Sorry, I didn't mean to wiggle you. I set it up like that so that I can pour things in, but still get the bag out. And we know that it's down there touching right now. Yeah. So with that, let's go ahead. We're gonna start adding the coffee in, guys. Again, this is a very easy peasy process. Basically what we're doing is making a cold brew. When you do it on cold side like this, that's what it is. It's cold brew coffee. The benefits of that. So if you read Gordon Strong's Brewing Better Beer, shout out to Gordon Strong. He talks a lot about how to add coffee and stuff. I mean, Randy Mosher's touched on the same thing. But if you do hot coffee, you tend to get a little more acidity. In cold brew, fun thing about it, reason why I often drink it, doesn't have a lot of acid to it. That doesn't get extracted in the cold process. And so that can make a much smoother coffee flavor, potentially. I mean, who knows really, right? But it should make a smoother coffee flavor. Because we want all that aroma, we want that scent, but we don't want astringency. We don't want it to be sharp. Sometimes when you get too much coffee, it can start to taste a little sour, which, believe me, last thing that we want is this to taste sour. So just adding that last bag. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna gather up all my ends here. And I also boiled some string. So this is twine. I go with twine because again, it can be boiled. And I don't know, I feel like on some levels that's cleaner. And then what I'm doing, this is why I like the brew in a bag. I can take all these ends that are traditionally handles for when you lift the bag out, and I can bring them together like this, all open. Like so. String it together. Just do a hitch on it, right? And then we can lower this in so that we know, no kidding, it is touching beer and it's being exposed. Because that's what we want. Okay? And then I'm gonna take that little bit of string, as you can see right there, it's over the edge of it. And then, here, I'll just tilt you down so you can see what I'm doing. And now that bag is just floating on top of our wort, or fermented beer at this point. We can tuck this. Some of you might be worried that this isn't very airtight. I assure you, it is. That gasket can take a lot of compression. And so we have our coffee floating in there. And I can tighten this up now. And so there we go, we have it floating. Now the benefit, guys, to doing it this way is that, one, when I drain out the tank and do my transfer, which likely will be tomorrow, we'll see where it's at, but when I do my transfer, the bag doesn't get in the way. It doesn't fall down and clog the spout, anything like that. It's just floating on top like a tea bag. And then once it gets to a certain point, the string catches it and holds it, and then easy peasy, you just lift it out and you're good to go. So guys, best recommendation to you now, after you have coffee in your beer, just make sure you are tasting it in the morning the next day, midday, and at the end of the day. I recommend like 3 times because you can't go back. Once it's in, it's in. And so that's why I say sometimes it's better to go less is more, but just take your time with it. Make sure you check on it because when it's time to go, it's gotta go. It's being exposed to it. I mean, granted, with a string technique like this, you might be able to lift it up and out. That's kind of hard with a small hole, but you might be able to. And then just make sure you can get it off the coffee if need be. But yeah, that's all there is to it, guys. If you've enjoyed the video, please take the time, subscribe to the channel. I'm happy to give out any information you guys are wondering about the brewing world, whether that's home brewing, pro brewing. We run a restaurant on top of things. So, you know, I got a little bit of insight there. Bookkeeping, whatever. But if you have a question or anything, just put it down below in the comments. I'm happy to try and address it and make you a video for it. The more useful the content can be to you, the better, right? All right, guys. I'm Michael Hoyer at Michael Brews with Watertown Brewing Company. Cheers.